and welcome to this Astranti Connect video where I'll be taking a look at the difference between a counsellor, a therapist, and a psychotherapist. Now, these terms are really important in the counselling world, but they can be quite confusing. So in this video, we're going to take a look at what these terms mean exactly. Now, amongst counselling professionals, counselling, therapy, and psychotherapy are actually described collectively as a specialised way of listening, responding, and building relationships based on therapeutic theory and expertise that is used to help clients or patients enhance their well-being. Now, this is the scope of practice and education framework, and it's a groundbreaking shared standards framework. And essentially, it can be helpful to understand the framework of all these terms as part of the same big tree, and these are different branches coming from the same tree. So, now let's take a look at each of these individually in turn. So, we have counsellor, psychotherapist, and therapist. Now, we'll begin with counsellor. So, counsellors typically work with their clients on a short or medium term basis, so for example, weeks or months, to help them overcome a specific issue, such as the death of a loved one. Now, to become a fully qualified counsellor, you need to have qualifications, and the qualifications that are needed to become a fully qualified counsellor are your CPCAB levels 2, 3, and 4. And CPCAB stands for the Counselling and Psychotherapy Central Awarding Body. Now, levels 2 and 3 and 4 would take you around 3 to 4 years to complete, after which time you would become a fully qualified counsellor, as I've said, and a member of a counselling body such as the BACP. Now, this is just one route to becoming a counsellor. There are other routes, and this is the route that we provide at Astranti Connect, which is CPCAB's levels 2, 3, and 4, as I've stated, but it's also worth noting that there are other routes you can go down between going to university and getting a degree, and with other counselling bodies, but it's worth noting that it's important that you pick the right course for you and one that will lead you to joining a counselling body such as the BACP, as this is what makes you accredited and able to perform as a fully qualified counsellor for places such as the NHS. Next, we'll take a look at a psychotherapist. So a psychotherapist actually tends to dig a little bit deeper than a counsellor, and they'll try and diagnose and deal with the root cause of long-standing issues within a client. So in turn, this means that they need more qualifications than a counsellor. So they'll need the same, the CPCAB's levels 2, 3, and 4, which they need to become fully qualified in this area, and then they'll need additional qualifications, and this can include CPCAB level 5. So next we have therapist. Now, this actually might come as a bit of surprise to you, but collectively a therapist describes both a counsellor and psychotherapist and anyone providing any form of therapy. So actually, when you hear someone say, "I want to become a therapist," in this industry, you should really ask them if they want to become a counsellor or a psychotherapist. So there we have it, the difference between a counsellor, a therapist, and a psychotherapist. So as we can see, there are some subtle differences between a counsellor and psychotherapist, and as we've learned, a therapist is actually an umbrella term for the other two terms. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll be sure to see you in the next.